Okay, that's muted. Okay. All right, let's see here. Video going, sound going, things going. Okay. Awesome. Whew. welcome, whenever you may be joining. Nice, Luigi. Few cats. Come on. All right. Close that. Come on down to your mats, turn on your favorite music, find some yoga music, find something to listen to. And let's go ahead and start in child's pose. Knees nice and wide, big toes touching the back, reaching forward and just bringing the head down to the mat. Taking our first few breaths here. Excuse me. Settling into the hips, maybe wiggling through the arms and let them relax down to the ground, or maybe a little push through the hands, get a little shoulder or chest stretch. Few more rounds of breath in through the nose and let that exhale be heavy in the back. Maybe a little third eye rub on the forehead. And then take that big inhale and come on into horse stance, knees under hips, wrist, elbow, shoulder in a line. Pulling the belly in, nice flat back, and just some nice wrist rolls in one direction, and then we'll switch direction. So just a little roll. And then switch directions. A little stillness there and a little flap into the feet, getting the blood flowing to the end of the toes. A little movement in the feet, just a little tapping, maybe tucking the toes under, sitting back. And then keeping the knees together and rolling over the legs there. So instead of wide knee forward or child's pose, narrow child's pose, rolling over the legs. And then let me just make sure this is pinned. There we go. And a big inhale up into our horse stance again for a little cat-cow. So just letting the belly drop on the inhale. Big inhale, big belly drop cow, and exhale, round through, push the mat away, round through the upper back, let the crown of the head hang. Inhale and open, and exhale and round. And open, and exhale, round. Drop the belly, chest shines through. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Nice flat back there. Tuck the toes and just push back into down dog, bending the knees as much as you need. Chest comes towards the thighs. Pulling the belly in, walk it out. It's round one, give it some movement. And then take that gaze and inhale to the top of the mat and just walk the feet forward for forward fold. Bending the knees as much as you need, crown of the head hangs. Big inhale, roll all the way up to the top. Full standing Tadasana. Reach the hands high. Lifting through the feet. Lifting all the ribs up and off. And exhale, forward fold. Again, big release. Inhale, halfway lift, nice flat back. Pulling the belly in. Now flat way lift could be hands here, could be on the shins. Stay right there. Sorry, little cat transfer. And exhale from that from that halfway lift, heel toe the feet out and sink into a malasana. Now we want nice flat feet. So as soon as those heels lift, you stop. It may be a sumo squat. You may be able to come all the way down. Big inhale up, lift the hips, adjust the feet, heel toe them in and rise to our standing Tadasana. We'll do that little set all over again. Big reach and lift here. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. So again, floor, blocks, shins, thighs, nice flat back, core on, ribs lifted. And malasana, heel toe the feet out so you have room for the hips. Slight turn the toes out, bring the hips down in between or wherever it is that you stop with those feet staying nice and flat. Big inhale all the way to the top, finding that full stand. Heel toe the feet in so they're under the hips. Big breath. We're going to get into a little sun salutation. Exhale, forward fold. Take that right foot back to a big long lunge. Take that left foot back to down dog. Inhale through to plank, our Chaturanga Dandasana, so you can bring the knees down. Exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale, down dog. Bringing that right foot forward, plant it between the hands back to that lunge we were at before. And then bringing that back knee down in a simple twist and open to the side. So we're just gonna switch sides for a few rounds moving through that. Hand comes back down, back knee comes up, forward fold. Inhale, lift. All the way to the top. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Left leg back, big long lunge. Exhale, down dog. Inhale through to plank. Knees or toes. And exhale down, little tricep push-up. Inhale up. And exhale down. Inhale, take that left foot through. Plant it between the hands. Exhale, put that back knee down and open. Come on back down, bring the hand down, lift that back leg and step the foot forward. Inhale, roll all the way up, finding that length in the top. Few more rounds on each side. Exhale, forward fold. Crown of the head hangs. Right foot steps back, big long lunge, powerful in that back leg, strong and stable in the front. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, roll through. And exhale, down. Inhale up, shine through the back of the heart, squeeze the glutes, knees down if you like support. And exhale, down dog. Right foot steps through. Back knee down, big lunge twist and open. Back knee comes up, hand comes down, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, down we go. Now you can take your hands down heart center or wide, your choice. Exhale, lunge, or inhale, lunge, excuse me. Big, strong leg. Down dog, exhale. Inhale, roll through. Exhale, down. Inhale up. And exhale, down. Left foot, inhale, step it through. Try and plant it as quietly as you can between those hands. Back knee down, and a big open lunge twist. Down, lift, and forward fold. Inhale, roll all the way up. One more round each side. Exhale, forward fold. Right leg steps back, lunge, nice and strong. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, pull that chest through the hands. Strong plank, even if you're on the knees. Exhale, down. Elbows stay narrow. Inhale up. And exhale, down. Right foot steps through. Back knee down and open. Exhale down, lift the back leg and step forward. Inhale, roll all the way up. And exhale, down we go. Left leg steps back, strong lunge. Down dog. Big exhale. Inhale, take it through. Exhale, take it down. Inhale up. And exhale down. Left leg steps through, lunge. Back knee down and open. Bring the chest around, lift that back leg. And forward fold. Enjoy that forward fold for just a moment. Crown of the head hangs. Big deep breaths. Grab my clock for one. And inhale, rolling all the way up to the top. Stepping back into warrior two. Let's step the left leg back first, so right leg in the front. Stacking knee over ankle, pushing through that knife edge of the foot. A nice strong warrior two here. Notice if you're leaning forward, square those hips, sink down in the legs, push down through that front foot, and come back to your breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth, long through the fingers. Drop that back arm and wrap it maybe around. Maybe the fingers will come around the other side. Maybe you'll grab that front leg. Maybe you'll just softly touch the back. And then we're just gonna reach that front arm forward. So we're long from that fingertip to the back of the leg. Try not to lean into it. Trying to stay nice and square, pushing through, finding that big reach. Big breaths here, a little bit longer holds. Again, try not to tuck, trying to push the butt out, pull the belly in, nice flat back, staying zipped up in that core, and release that front arm and switch, windmill the arms around, standard extended warrior. You could either float the arm here, sink into the legs. And big inhale, reverse that warrior, sun warrior. Just shift through the hips, come all the way back. C-shape the spine, drive down, and reach. And big inhale, up and around, switch it, extend again. Shift through the body, roll through that midsection, open. Swing that back arm around and let's come into a lunge. So shifting that weight, shortening that stance, really bending into that back leg, finding a little balance here. A little shake maybe in those legs as we squeeze hard, push down. And big inhale, open back into that warrior two. So adjust those feet, drive them out, sink into the legs, rotate that leg open, and extend again forward. Settling in and breathing. And big inhale, reverse all the way back, reaching. And big inhale back to our strong warrior two right here for just a breath or two. Take that inhale in that back arm and step to the top of the mat. Little lift. Nice, release the hands and take that other leg back. One more side. So settle in here, front knee stacks, knife edge, zipped up in the front and the back, opening that front leg, lifting the arms. Try and extend those inhales and exhales. As we work harder, of course, they get faster, right? And maybe drop that back arm and reach forward. Big deep breaths. And switch, rotate those arms and extend your warrior. You could look up or down, really opening to the side though, try not to let that shoulder come around, right? You want to let it slide down and back. And big inhale, reverse. Take it back, stay sunken in those legs, don't let anything change there. And big inhale, reverse again, bring those hands over. Inhale up and come on around into our lunge. So you'll probably have to shorten that stance a bit. Come up onto that back toe, tuck the leg under, big back knee bend, 90-90. You can reach up overhead. You can find a little support in the low back. Your choice. And big inhale and open into that warrior two again. So open it up, sink low, and let's extend. Inhale, reverse. And warrior two, we finish strong right there. Breathe, sink in maybe a little bit more. And big inhale, sweep that back arm, step to the top of your mat. Lift, maybe a little baby back bend if you so choose. And exhale, forward fold, bringing the belly in. Inhale, halfway lift. And Malasana, let's see if we've gained any openness. So toes out, heels slightly in, and sinking into those hips. Big inhale to the top, all the way up, adjust the feet. And exhale, release the hands. Let's try a little balance for today. So we're going to do eagle into airplane into floating half moon. So where most people are going to have a problem with that is the shift from everything facing the ground to everything opening to the side. Okay, so if you have blocks, bring blocks closer. If you want to move closer to a wall so you have a little extra balance, bring the floor closer. So airplane, everything is going to face the ground here. And then floating half moon, we are going to turn to the side and everything faces the side. So hips open through. We're going to start with an eagle pose, so a little balance on one leg. And then we'll literally just open through all of it. So all of the balance on one side, all of the balance on the other. I'll sort of maybe halfway face you guys. That's the best option here. So eagle. So sitting into our chair pose, feet either under the hips or touching. We're going to take the right leg and you're going to cross it over. So it could be crossed with the toe in the ground firmly. It could be crossed with that calf toe floating, calf squeezed, or maybe you get that full wrap where the toe wraps all the way around. So we've got the right leg on top. You can either bring the palms of the hands together, the backs of the hands together, or wrap that left arm under the right arm, lifting those elbows in line with shoulders, opening the upper back, pushing the palms together no matter where you are, or the back of the hands together, really making that contact and sinking into our eagle, our Garudasana, pulling the belly in. We're tall and strong, and finding that balance on that one foot. Take that inhale, unravel everything, send the leg behind you for airplane pose. So hip faces the ground, palms face the ground, long neck, reaching through the fingertips and the toe. Flex the back foot, drop the front arm, and open to the side for floating half moon. Stack the hips, stack the shoulders. You can use as much balance here as you need, or you can try and float those fingers. And big inhale, sweep up. Whew, nice. Little shake out. Little work in those feet. Let's get into the other side. So left leg over right this time, or switch if you did the opposite. So toe in the ground, toe floating, calf nice and squeezed in the thigh, not necessarily squeezed across the knee, but we want to make that contact through the thigh and the calf. Maybe it wraps all the way around. Palms, back of hands, or right arm under left. Sinking in, sitting up, nice and tall. Right? The only way to get better balance is to fall out and rejoin. It's the way it works. Fail and retry. Breathe. See if you can sink evenly into the hips, even though you have your legs crossed. And big inhale, unravel and shoot back into our airplane. Breathe long, think long. And inhale, open. Rotating through the hip, flexing the back foot. Squeezing the glutes. And big inhale to the top. Big reach. Maybe a little baby back bend. And exhale, release the hands. Nice. Some standing modified half lotus. So back to that right side. We are either going to cross it over with the knee open. Okay, so unlike tree where we're pushing the side of the leg is actually going to cross either low. You could be floating on the calf, nice flex foot, above the knee, or all the way up with the knee pointing towards the ground, base of the foot pointing towards you. It's not going to stay on my slippery hands today, but like such. We're going to reach the hands up high, both of them. I don't think that's going to stay there. There we go. And exhale, we're just going to bend the knee and bring the chest over the leg. A little forward fold. And then we start to straighten that back leg as is comfortable. Big stretch into the outer hip as well. And push down through that standing foot, bend the knee a bit and rise on up. Yes, release. Let's do the other side. Little shake. Cross, knee open, floating, nice flex foot to engage. Above the knee, nice flex foot to engage. Or all the way up into that hip crease, knee pointing down and away. Still probably a little flex through the toes. Reaching high. And then a little exhale, bending the knee to get that forward fold crease at the hip. Standing, pushing down and away. And big inhale, rise all the way back up. Push hard down through that standing foot. And exhale, release. Giving that a little shake, a little wash out. And let's come on down to the ground. Let's get into the hips a bit. So come on down to the mat. Okay. Roll on back. Left leg long, right knee just into the armpit or the shoulder. If this leg long bothers the low back, you can always bring that foot nice and flat. And we're just gonna work into that hip joint a bit with what feels good for you. So maybe it's a little rocking left to right. Maybe it's a big hip circle, right? Make sure you go both directions eventually if you're doing hip circle. We're gonna spend a couple breaths here. So just work into that hip as you feel you need today. One side may be very different from the other, and we'll get to the other side, don't worry. But just work into the side for a moment, come back to our breath. Again, if the low back is hollering or lifting too much, bring that knee in, flatten it out, give it some support. Maybe it's a big squeeze. One more round of breath there with that leg in, and then come into happy baby. Grab the feet, stretch into the back body, bend the knees. Roll on the back. Push into the feet. You could grab the inside or the outside, your choice. And then letting the feet come down, the knees come together, and just take a roll or two up. And then coming into seated modified half lotus. So you judge how far your feet need to be from your body. Right leg is going to be on top to begin. So it may be on top completely split. Maybe you have a couple inches between your feet here. Maybe it's stacked at the ankle there, knees nice and wide. Maybe it's anywhere in between and then all the way up to the knees. Big inhale, reaching up to the ceiling, and exhale, forward fold over those legs. Notice if the backside is lifting a lot. If it's lifting a lot, settle back down, ground back down, and then give that little pull forward into the hips. Take that big inhale up and let's get a side bend to the right side. So inhale up, that right leg's on top, and exhale down over into a side bend. You could look up or down. And then big inhale to the top, rotate the chest so it faces that knee, and then over to a diagonal over across that knee. Still the right side. Or whichever leg you have on top. And take that big inhale up, this time reaching the hands behind you, and a little pigeon through chest stretch. Push the hands down as much as you need. Pigeon through that chest, reach back. And inhale back. And let's come down to our backs and do the whole other side. So back to our backs. Take that left leg in, long in the right, or remember bent with a nice flat foot for stability and support. And work into that hip. Squeezes, rolls. One or two more breaths there. Maybe an ankle roll, right? Foot's lifted. Why not? And then some happy baby, bringing both feet in again, and a roll on the low back. And then taking those few rolls up, letting the feet come together, coming around, and this time with the left leg in front. So switching sides. So either split, stacked, or stacked all the way. Sitting up nice and tall, reaching up and forward fold over those legs. take that big inhale up and let's make that a side bend, reaching over to the left and up and over. Big arch of the arms, chest stays facing forward, as much support as you need in that bottom arm. Right, may just be this in your side bend, reaching up. Maybe it's all the way over. Try not to collapse in the side, but really opening and pulling. And then inhale up to the top, let the chest come around, kitty corner over that knee, and come on down. And a big inhale up, reaching back for that chest stretch on this side. Little pigeon through, open up. And exhale back to center, unraveling the legs. And let's come into, let's see what we have time left for here. Oh, perfect. Let's come into some on roll on our back for just some quick bridge. Let's reverse that a little bit. So we pigeoned out one way. So bring the feet in line with hips. Might be able to touch the heels, maybe not. Pushing down hard, keeping the knees in line with hips. Palms face the sky, and a big inhale and lift through the back side of the body, opening the front of the body. Just open the top part. Now we open the lower. Big squeeze. If you like to climb up on the shoulders, you can clasp the hands underneath, and a little climb up gives you a little more room for lift. But don't let those knees lay out to the side. Continue to squeeze that imaginary block. And exhale, release the hands if you've got them, and slowly roll down from top to bottom. And let that bottom fall, and then a nice little windshield wiper out. Coming into a few twists, so you can bring the knees over hips, hands out to the sides, palms up. Knees could either come over hips, or if you want a little extra, you can take that right leg, cross it over the left here, and exhale. Everybody's gonna come to the left side. So all that does is add a little bit extra weight to the twist. If that's not comfortable, bring both knees just right in line with one another and let them fall to the side. And then we're going to take that back arm and we're going to try and breathe into this twist a little more. So we're going to inhale the back arm up and rainbow it over. Palms meet on this side. And then inhale, back up and over. Exhale, release into the twist. Inhale up. Exhale, palms meet. Inhale up and over. And exhale deep into the twist. Maybe that top knee will come up. Release into the back. Inhale up and over one more time. Exhale, release. Inhale up and over. And exhale into the twist and stay right there in that twist. And let's get into the other side. Pull the belly in, use the core to lift the legs over that midsection. Readjust the hips as needed, flatten them back out. If you want to cross the other leg over, it would be left over right. Otherwise, you can just bring the knees together and exhale over to the right-hand side. And let's do our rainbow arms again. So inhale up to the top, right when you reach that precipice of coming down and meeting the other hand, exhale. Inhale and exhale into the twist. Feel that release in the mid-back. Inhale up and exhale down. And inhale up, top of the rainbow. Exhale down. One more, inhale up. Exhale down. And inhale up. And exhale and hold in that twist. Take that big inhale, engage the core, bringing the knees back to center and plant the feet down, taking the right leg up and over into the back of the right leg. So you could have this foot planted or long. You could have it by the back of the thigh. Maybe you have a strap over the foot. Maybe it's the calf. Try and keep a nice flat back. If you notice you're turning and reaching, just back that leg off a bit, bend the knee, relax the foot, relax the ankle, right? We can grab it here, have a nice bent knee and get whatever stretch we need into that backside. It doesn't have to be dead straight. In fact, it probably shouldn't be. Relax through the foot, like if you wiggle the leg, the foot should wiggle, right? Relaxation through the back of the body. If you want more, you can always hug in and give a little lift in the chest or in the back of the body, I suppose, bringing the chest closer to the thigh. And then if you've got that up high, relax that down and switch sides. Bring both feet in to begin. One up and over. If you want to extend that one, you can. Coming back to our breath, right? Notice if it's started to shorten or the inhales and exhales have become uneven. Let's try and get those back to long, even breaths. Relax the foot. Give that a wiggle. Maybe a big reach. And release that leg back down to the ground, a little washout in the hips, and some reclined bound angles. So feet, base of the feet come together, knees open wide. Notice if when you did that, you got a big O sway in the back. Give that a little flattening, let the knees come up, support with some blocks, support with the hands. Try and let the belly rest comfortably, trying to hold tension across the hips. If it's uncomfortable, just come into feet here. You could do fallen bridge, just somewhere to spend a few moments, right? If you find that you're just holding way too much tension in reclined bound angle, please find a comfortable spot to spend just a few breaths. And then take that big inhale, bring the legs together, and let's come into our final asana. You choose where you would like to spend some time for our meditation. It could either be in corpse pose, savasana, maybe it's still in reclined bound angle, maybe it's on your side or seated for today. You choose. I'm going to come into a seated position for our meditation today. You find somewhere where you find you can spend a few minutes comfortably. Normally I'm lying as well, but today I'm going to come to seated. Settle myself in on the back side for grounding. If you are lying flat, no matter where you are in your position, take a moment to sense and feel that mat underneath you, right? See where it maybe is skipping spots, maybe where you can make some adjustments with maybe a little lift or a shake out or an extension to try and be grounded and comfortable and supported by the mat from top to bottom, no matter where you may be. And relaxing through the face, letting the eyes and jaw soften. And then finally coming back to our breath. Our long inhale and exhale. And we will just take a few moments here. Taking your next big breath to bring back a little bit of conscious energy to the body. Slowly starting to reawaken the mind. And then slowly start to translate that awakening to the body. Wiggling some fingers or toes. Maybe a little stretch through the hands and feet. Maybe then working the way to knee flops or bringing the knees in. Or if you're already on your side, maybe taking up some space. Letting that breath be your guide. And if you are in a laying position, find your way over to one side that's comfortable to take before we bring the head above heart. And then if you are not already in a seated position, come to a seated position, one that's comfortable for you today. Relaxing through the shoulders and the hands, still staying soft through the face. And we're just going to do a few big neck rolls here, working into the last top half of the body, letting the chin really hang to begin. Shoulders down and back. And then slowly just coming around. Little neck mobility, opening up the front and the back, dropping the chin, around we go. Trying to keep shoulders down and back, letting the head undulate as it may, right? It's not going to stay as close as it will from front to back around the shoulders, at least not for most of us. Pausing at that neutral and then switching directions. And then finding a nice neutral neck. Staying grounded in that back side. Bring the hands to knees or maybe to heart center or over the heart. Taking a few moments there, our last few breaths on our mats for today. Just to be present here for a moment, our last few moments. A small space on our mat that can be so impactful to the rest of the day or the rest of our week. A little thank you to yourself for showing up, making time for you, making time for mind-body connection, making time to share your energy with your world, with me, depending on when you're taking this. And bring the hands to heart center if you would like. Namaste. As always, taking your time getting moving off your mat, unraveling your legs, opening your eyes, bringing your breath back up. Any questions, comments, concerns, complaints, or things that you may need, please reach out to either myself or Brandon. I'm always happy to answer those. The live classes will be on hold for a little while because I am out of town for the next few weeks in terms of yoga. So I appreciate you joining me whenever you may, and I will see you.